All right, welcome everybody to the special edition of 83 Weeks and My World with Jeff Jarrett. We are together this evening for, Jeff and I got together and we decided it was urgent because there's a lot of controversy surrounding the world of professional wrestling right now, sports entertainment. It has gone global. And we're here to settle it tonight once and for all because the wild ass speculation that is circling the globe is beyond the pale. And I can think of no better person that I know personally to help do an autopsy on this situation than one Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett grew up in the professional wrestling business. Hell, he was in the professional wrestling business before he knew what puberty was. And he's here today to help us once and for all settle this freaking nonsense. Jeff Jarrett, thanks for being with us tonight. I very much appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me on, but before we go any further, can we not refer to this as nonsense yet? Just not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
We've both been around the block a few times, but I am completely amazed because I have, since really early, I've been in my office and then I had to run out, got in the car. It is on, as you said, every news channel, every TV, radio. Eric, I got a text at about 5:45 this morning from the local rock station and said, "Hey man, blah, 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 blah. Can you come on and talk?" And I just thought, water cooler talk, mission accomplished. They really did something that has everybody on edge. And then I just scratch. I don't know. But Eric, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I'll tell you. When were you watching it live? I wasn't. Were you watching it
live?
Oh,
hell no. I'd rather chew off my freaking ankle than to watch the Academy Awards live. Are you kidding me? Bunch of celebrities patting themselves on the back, telling each other how freaking great they are while they look down their nose at the rest of the country, begging for our money. No. Bullshit. No.
When did you see it first? When did you see
it? This morning about 9:30.
Okay. Karen sent me, and I was already in bed, but she sent me something to me. I didn't open it, so she came and she goes to bed later than I do. She said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "Honey, please, just stop." And then it was on Twitter. I viewed it last night. I rolled over and I said, "You're going down a rabbit hole tonight." And she did. She went investigating the whole thing, and this morning we had discussion about it, but preposterous. I can't even come up with the right words that I cannot believe.
Okay, Jeff, we can keep talking about it, but I mean, you've way more than I have been in situations where you have either had to get slapped or slap someone, and you've had to make it look real. I've only had one in my entire 33 plus year career. I have only had to slap someone one time.
Wow.
And in that one experience, I learned more than I ever needed to know about what a fake slap looked like. But before we get to my nonsense, Jeff, who slapped you the hardest in your entire career?
Oh, this is very easy. I was trying, and this isn't my world, long-winded. I'm not going to get granular, but Eric, I was year one in the business. I was on the interview set in Memphis, Tennessee. I was saying a very stoic, simple, boring promo that I perfected of being. Anyway, there was no emotion into it. I was supposed to be angry. And my dad walked up really, really calm and said, "Son, you're going to have to show real." And he didn't even really get the sentence out. And he hauled off and slapped the shit out of me as hard as he could. He did that, Eric, as a quick little lesson set, because like flames shot out my ass. I'm like, but it's a split second because there's a real response. He said, "Capture that right there. That's it."
All right. I get that. Now, let's go the other side of the equation. Who was the first person? Now, I'm talking about an open face slap, not during the course of a match or like a chop or a back and forth.
Yeah.
No, feed me, I feed you, you feed me, I feed you. None of that. I'm talking about walk up right in the middle of a promo or one single move where you had to slap someone. Who was that?
I got slapped by Steiner one time, and there's a
Ouch! I'm
little,
sorry to hear that.
yes, and my ear rung. My ear rung. It was out of left field. Gosh, on Memphis TV, Robert Fuller smacked the hell out of me. But we used to do that in Memphis a lot, and a lot of times it was not scripted. That's why when we get to the tape here in a minute, you talk about a red herring. It was just ridiculous. I mean, you just don't do that naturally. You don't have your hands behind your back and lean into it and squint your eyes. If a slap comes,
Oh no, you're giving it away now, Jeff. You busted my balls about giving it away.
Oh,
now you're breaking it down piece by piece.
Sorry.
All right, no, I'm just kidding you. So I have been on the receiving end of any number of slaps in the wrestling business. I've been on the receiving end of a couple outside of the business, but it was when I was younger. I try to forget about it. I was another person back then. But in the wrestling business, my receiving end, at least the one I remember the most, was Stephanie McMahon.
Oh,
holy crap! Could she slap you? I mean, I saw stars. I've been kicked in the head by professional kickboxers and not seen as many stars as I did when Stephanie McMahon wailed off and hit me upside the head.
Yep.
She was brutal. And
I wish I had film of that, but go ahead.
You would never mind. I'm not going there.
I'd love to see that right now.
Oh no, it's out there. It's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. And then here's my embarrassing, reality. And this is why when I saw this shit this morning, I went, I am throwing such a hot flag on this. This is bullshit. I was in there was a match. John Cena was involved. I don't know who else was involved in the match. It was John Cena and somebody. I was on the outside. I was cheering on whoever was against John Cena. And there was a spot where John Cena, after he got his, ass beat, we're not quite going home yet, but we're on the way to the go home. I'm trying to get a little more heat. Cena's hanging his head out between the top and the middle rope.
Mm-hmm.
He's just feeding me his face. Now, John Cena's face. It's a big face. He's got a sharp jaw. When you reach back and you smack John Cena, it's like hitting the front end of a Ford Explorer. It's a big front end. And I'm looking at now, and I'm not a worker. I've never learned how to throw a working punch. I can knock somebody out in a bar fight, all right. But a working punch, that's a work of art. I never learned the art. I've only learned whatever. So I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I should be able to slap John Cena in the face. That's no big deal. It's just like the same thing, only with an open hand. Until it came time to do it. And I'm thinking, well, everybody I've ever hit's been tried not to get hit. And here's him going to sticking that big old face out. I'm thinking, I can't hit him. I like him. We're going to go out for beer after this is over. I can't hit him. And I really had a problem with it. I'm not kidding you. So I reached back, and in that hesitation where I was trying to work a slap, but I sucked really bad at it, it came off, and I hit John, and John looked at me and went, what was that? How am I going to sell that? How am I going to sell that? That's what his face said. Anyway, that was the end of it, and that was the weakest slap ever thrown on television until last night. And Will Smith turned himself into a bitch and threw the weakest slap ever on television.
Well, he came from the front row. ABC News is reporting that no charges were pressed.
Of course.
But the Oscars are going to look into this. And
of course they are.
The whole thing is so nauseatingly. But hey, it's almost a page right out of professional wrestling.
No, it's not. It doesn't piss me off. It's actually a compliment, right, Jeff?
It's
a compliment to what you've done your whole life. It just proves the point that when you can find that sweet spot where they don't know for sure whether it's real or not real, therein lies the magic. I've been saying it for decades, and it's true, and you know it. I know it. Those of us who grew up in the business when it was like almost real know it. And now I see people fighting over it. There's news networks are talking about it. It's like,
yes,
oh God, it's the greatest work in the history of work. Except for Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman did it first.
Well, I was about to bring that up. Jerry Lawler put out a tweet, and I quote tweeted it, but he's like, we did this 35 years ago. And they did. And Andy Kaufman wasn't involved in it. And there's a producer that can't be seen right now that laid on me and Eric earlier. Oh, I talked to some stagehands. And stagehand, oh, well, then it's the gospel. Stagehands know. Look, Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman did it on David Letterman, national TV, and they were the only two outside of my old man that knew it was going down. So it's just, now here's what I'm kind of envious of. But I guess maybe, what's the payoff? Are they going to get good ratings next year? Does it sell King Richard the movie? What's the payoff?
Here's the payoff. Will Smith has a movie that's been out. It's been out now for a while. It's already been released, called King Richard. Yep. King Richard is about this guy, this father of the Serena twins. His most important thing is grooming his daughters, his family. He fought for them. He helped them get where they. Well, geez, oh man, here's Will Smith sitting in the audience and somebody's making fun of his wife. So here comes that same character, because controversy, as you know, Jeff creates cash. I'm sure you wrote the book just like everybody else. And all of a sudden now that movie, yes, it's been out for a little while, but guess what? The majority of the profit of the movie is made after the movie initially comes out. It's made through streaming, other ancillary distribution platforms, and international. The Oscars, the Academy Awards, is another marketing platform for movies that have already come out. That's why they exist. It's very political. It's nonsense. It's nothing more than a marketing platform.
Like the music shows. They play their hits and have another run. Well, damn. Why didn't I really connect that?
Before you and I can babble on and on and on, because we will. We both like to talk way too much. So to protect ourselves from each other, let's take a look at the tape, and then we'll call for a breakdown when we feel it's necessary. Yeah. Now, so far, to me, things are looking good. Steve, roll that bloody tape, will you?
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Stop right there. Stop right there. Okay, if we can rewind, and I know, that may be a little practical, but let's get a look on Jada Pinkett's face when that joke landed. She didn't look upset to me. She just looked like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Let's see it. Now, supposedly that's the flashpoint, Jeff. Supposedly that's a flashpoint where, according to the people that have broken this down, that's the point where Will, right now, right here, as we're looking at it, where Will Smith goes, oh my gosh, my wife has been offended. Now I'm pissed off. She looks bored. He's having fun. So are the people around him. I'm calling bullshit right from the get-go. Act 1 went right down the tube.
And yes, come on. I don't know if you're going to roll it, Steve, but just the whole thing. They're on the front row, and I know he's up for Best Actor, but the camera shots, everybody's in on this.
All right, let's roll the tape. Roll the tape.
That was a nice one. Okay, I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard.
All right, look at that. Okay, stop right here. Stop right here. Oh, you went a little too far. I know timing is everything here, and I know it's difficult, Steve. But Jeff, if you said to me, Eric, I'm coming up the ramp, and I'm going to slap you in the face, and I want you to sell it, you would expect me to feed you my chin about like this, put my hands behind my back, get a big old smile on my face, and just get ready to take that thing, right?
It's a hell of a heel move. He's telling the joke about the man's wife. They think Chris Rock's going to be the heel. I don't think they predicted this this response the following 24 hours, but it's exactly that. Steve, can you back this up from the time Will Smith stands up? Watch his walk on stage. And watch Chris's response. If a guy is coming on stage, you're at least either going to attack or back up. He took a step like, all right, let me feed. Come on.
There's the feed right there.
The feed with the left foot.
If that is not a sell, I don't care if you were backstage selling fucking hot dogs or taking tickets just because
Can
you're
you back up
backstage.
again and
You
maybe
don't
slow
know.
motion?
You don't know shit. That is a feed if I've ever seen a feed.
Here we go. Back up, because I want. This is the Zapruder film. The back and to the left spot of this is shimmy step with the left on this. Back up, back up. All right, here we go. Watching. Whoa, nope, he's already squinting now. If you could go back a little bit. Oh my gosh. This is
Oh, that is so bad.
Back up even more. Back up. Oh, now watch. Okay, roll it. Watching. Oh, I'm gonna stand. I got to put all my weight on my front left. Whoa, whoa.
Now, we don't have a close-up shot. I've seen a couple close-up shots today from other television networks, basically international television networks. Hats off to Will Smith and Chris. Takes two to dance. But Will Smith reached way the hell back. Almost scratched his wife's head, the bald head. Ha! And threw that big right hand and barely touched Rock with the tips of it, Chris Rock with the tips of his fingers.
It's the follow through. I went over.
It's the follow through. He made it look like he was Serena Williams swinging, just driving.
That's like an overhead smash. They're just hell of it right out of.
Watch this. Watch this. Boom! Look at the finish. It's the finish that people see, right?
Yeah.
And he knew he was facing a hard camera.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at it. And he hit him with the tips of his fingers. Now.
Oh. The Zapruder film doesn't have anything on us.
This is crazy.
it's more.
Now,
man, they're selling a lot of King Richard downloads coming up. That's for damn sure.
And I'll tell you what I've researched is Will Smith is about 6 foot, 200, 210 pounds. Chris Rock is 5'8", 165. Jeff, I've been slapped pretty hard by people bigger than me. I've been slapped pretty hard by people a lot smaller than me. And when you get tagged in the side of the face, you're not going to come back with a joke, right? I mean, it rocks you. It doesn't knock your teeth out, but it rattles you.
It definitely rattles you. And he delivered the line on cue. And this is another thing. I went to a breakfast meeting. They were all talking about it. And I said something that I said, guys, you know what they do for a living? They're both comedians by trade and they're both actors. Well, how about that? Because the guy kept saying, "Oh no, it's real, it's real." I said, "What?"
No. Let me take this. Now let's dig a little deeper. We're going to go on.
Oh boy, here we go.
Now, Chris Rock, didn't he do a little gimmick in TNA?
Oh, he sure did. Had a steak.
So doesn't he know a little bit? Hey, we can get in the ring. We can make this look real, but it's really not.
For sure. Will Smith came to a WCCW show in Dallas 2 years ago in San Antonio. That's the first time I met Will Smith and DJ Jazzy. Yeah, there. Yes, of course.
So now we know that they know the value of sports entertainment and creating a situation that may be true, may not be true. Are you kidding me? This is so obvious to me. It's so obvious. And the most obvious, now I don't know if Steve Kaufman was able to find this or not. I gave him a heads up, but it may be hard to find. I saw an interview it wasn't even an interview. It was supposed to be a behind the scenes thing with Chris Rock after this incident went down. It was the most bogus shit I've ever seen.
Oh boy. Tell me about it.
It makes the worst. No, actually, I'm not going to bust it that bad. It was just so transparent. Like, it's like all of a sudden we're backstage. Chris Rock is getting changed. He's, the incident has already happened. He's got a security team around him. They're trying to settle him down. I'm sorry. I just saw you laughing about this shit on TV a minute ago, but now he's supposedly backstage and he's hot. They're trying to settle him down. And he goes, "No, I'm going to go find him. I'm going to find Will Smith. He's not going to disrespect me in front of my family and my children. I'm going to go find him." And he goes up and he's calling them out. He's walking around like a backstage area where there's no one else at, just like Will Smith is in a locker room, like 3 doors down from him or some bullshit. No, he's calling them out like he wants to whip his butt, in the dressing room. It was just so transparent. But here's what amazes me. People are buying into this passionately.
Karen also showed me on E! News that Will Smith was at the Oscar party and he's out in a big group and they're dancing and cutting up and having a great time and all that, which that's awesome to him. It's like a post-show party. He should go have a good time. But all that footage is widely known. He wasn't stressed about it. And, not to give even more context, but a joke is going to get him mad, and he's a comedian by trade, and Will Smith has had plenty of zingers. They're both actors. They got an open marriage. I just, the whole premise just.
Oh, yeah, and here's one more wrinkle, Jeff.
Oh, boy.
They're all good friends. Chris Rock, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, they're friends and have been for years. You don't mean to tell me Chris Rock said, hey, Will, I got an idea. We're going to do this thing. We're going to intro you. I'm going to cut. Okay, I know it's your wife. I know it's got this, bald-headed thing going on, whatever that's called. Don't mean to be disrespectful. Sorry, I'm just not a doctor. But, I know your wife's going bald, but I'm going to make a G.I. Jane joke. And then I want you to come up and just smack the shit out of me. And the controversy and your movie's out. We need to kind of get some hype for your movie. What do you think? Well, you want to do that? And they worked it out. That's what that was.
Yes.
It's business.
I was going to say, it's absolutely business.
All right, Jeff, I got to go.
Okay. And I appreciate you having me on, but the whole idea, we go live here tonight to talk about this. I just got to tip my cap to both of them gentlemen and Jada Pinkett. Mission accomplished. You have the whole world talking. Choke on that, slappies.
See you, Jeff.
See you, Eric. Good night.
Bye.